Assalamu alaikum. We are back again.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. We're back with Unpack Unplugged, and it's a new set of series, set of videos for you, and we would want you all to subscribe to us. And we thank all who have subscribed to us so far. Just spread the word and let's be part of the conversation that we hold.
Yeah.
So today we have a very exciting topic. It's not philosophical per se, but it's more psychological and social aspect, and then spiritual as well, so things like that. And it's really close to my heart for a lot of reasons. The topic is a man is the sum total of his conscious and unconscious choices.
Oh wow.
A man
Yeah.
is the sum total
Okay.
of his conscious and unconscious choices.
Wow, that's
What do you think?
That's
and then
deep.
I unpack it for you.
deep. I think we can unpack it through a story.
Please.
There's a very interesting story that I read, and I have read it in Khaled Hosseini's "And the Mountains Echoed." Have you read the book? You have read the book, yes. So Khaled Hosseini has written a brilliant masterpiece, The Kite Runner.
Yes.
He's
And
also
it's
the author
he's a
of
South
Kite
Asian
Runner.
literary figure.
I
He's
think
a
he's
writer.
Afghani, if
Yes.
I'm not wrong. And but he has written The Kite Runner, and then he has also written Thousand Splendid Suns. That's also a good book,
Kite Runner
a
is one
good
of my
read.
favorites, but this
Kite
book is
Runner
also
is.
really
But
important.
okay, and
Yeah.
this book particularly, honestly speaking, the rest of the story is fine, but the first chapter of the story, it's so amazing and it's so mind-blowing, let me tell you. When I read it, the first thing was that I had to stop, pause, and then I reflected and synthesized, and then I
Internalized it,
reflected
actually.
deep, because there were so many interpretations of that first, because that first chapter basically it is a kind of myth. It starts off with that, and it's a tale of a giant. A giant is there.
It's
Yeah.
actually full of allegory and
It's
allegorical
allegorical,
figures
but
there,
it's a very quick story that you need to read the first chapter, just the first chapter. So you want me to narrate the
Yes,
story?
yes, I would like you all.
Okay.
I would like Sadia to actually tell all of you
Okay.
what that story is,
Okay.
in brief, and then we're going to unpack it with.
Okay, so that story is very interesting. What that story is, that there is a farmer,
Okay.
and the name of the place is Medane Sabz. So unlike the name, it's not Medane Sabz at all, because it's a barren place in a way, because it had droughts and
Yes.
it's famines,
Yes.
and then for the past 10 years there was no rain and stuff like that. So that's why the Medane Sabz was not
It was
Medane
a
Sabz at all.
paradox, by the way. Yeah.
So the farmer is there, and he's really working very hard, and he's trying to make both ends meet. He has 5 children. 3 are sons, 3 sons and 2 daughters. And then he has a wife, and he is a person who loves to make familial ties, who loves to be with his family, who enjoys and rejoices in sitting together with the family, and then sharing a cup of tea or anything that they have, the meager resources, and
Yeah.
in that whatever they could have, they enjoy it a lot.
Yes.
So then within that community, they have this kind of mythological character, and then they say that there is a big Dev. They call it Dev, it's giant. So they call it Dev, and they say that there is a Dev who visits the villages, and then he taps on the rooftop of the house of any of the villagers, and then that person who owns the house has to give away one of his children. And if he does not, then he smashes the entire house and all the children die. So therefore there is a choice that is
a
put
man
in
has to
front of.
make. Yeah.
So then either it's all the children gone away, or it's one child. And then but then they would think that this is just a myth, but some would think that no, it's reality, and etc. But what happened that one day the earth trembled, and then there was a kind of a noise and everything, and then the name of the farmer is Baba Ayub. So Baba Ayub just wakes up, and then when he heard the fall of the footsteps, and then the thunder, and then also shaking of the earth, and then he came to know that okay, this is that Dev. So what
Yeah,
happens
food
is,
as
ए
yeah,
नीचे कप गंदा हो
Okay.
गया रायता गिर गया सही
okay,
कोई
it's
मसला
okay.
नहीं, कोई मसला नहीं.
So it's
Syrup
one part of the food that has come, which Mariam has ordered.
Actually, before we created, so
टोलट में भी गन
नहीं कोई
टोलट में
मसला
भी
नहीं, कोई
गंदा
मसला
हो
नहीं.
Oh, कोई बात नहीं. It's okay.
कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं.
Thank you.
बहुत शुक्रिया, thank you.
So yeah.
We
So हम क्या
actually
करें?
chose this place. This is on the foothills of Magla Hills,
Ah.
and it's a cafe, it's a dhaba, and it's beautiful. Trust me, and it has a lot of
And there are
monkeys
lots of monkeys around
and
actually.
wildlife.
Huh.
We are expecting to meet a cheetah as well. So
No,
let's
please,
see.
no,
No, we're
no.
not expecting it. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so let's continue the story. What happened?
You want
Okay.
this raita as well?
I would love to.
Yup.
How are the pakoras?
They're crispy.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay, should we take a break? And then
I think-
reconnect? Let's take a 5 minutes break and we'll come back. Hi guys, we are back. Although we are still eating
Yeah.
because we are afraid that one of the monkeys they're surrounding us, they're gonna come and snatch the food off of our hands.
Mobile.
And a mobile. Actually, they are more into technology than the food.
This is what the guy told me.
Okay, so there are people who are actually helping us as well. So anyway,
Helping-
so
helping
we
us
were
to
talking
watch.
about guiding us about how to go about this place. Okay.
No, they just told us beware of your fawns because monkeys are in habit of snatching the fawns.
And I'm still unable to get why they're gonna go and sell them in the market or what for parts.
I think there is one sitting there. You can go and chat with him. I want to tell you.
I'll be back. Okay. Achha, anyway, so we were talking about that story
Okay.
of Baba Ayub, and so the giant visits Baba Ayub's home and he knocks, and then Baba Ayub is really worried.
Okay, now we were going to tell about Baba Ayub's connection with his children first. Right? And
Because
then
that
we'll-
kind of that comes before this knocking. Okay.
तो जो Baba Ayub है, as I told you earlier, Baba Ayub is a farmer, meager resources, but he loves to be around the family and sit together. And even if he has a cup of tea, he's just happy with it. What happens is that though Baba Ayub loves all of his children, but he has a unique private fondness for one of the younger ones.
Usually, one of the parents usually have that. Okay.
So his name is Cass, and Cass is 3 years old. So जो Cass है, he also loves his father,
Okay.
and then he loves to walk around and loves to run.
Okay.
So much so that he would even sleepwalk.
Okay. Okay.
So like all other parents,
That's adorable.
the
Okay.
parents were very worried, and then what they did was that they thought of so many solutions, but they didn't work. But one of the solutions did work. So
Okay.
what Baba Ayub did was that he took off the bell from one of his goat's neck,
Okay.
and then he put that bell in Cass's neck.
Oh my God. Okay.
So he thought that whenever Cass would get up, तो ये जो घंटी की आवाज है, the sound of the bell, that bell will going to wake him up, and then he would going to stop him from going outside the house and wander in the darkness, etc.
Okay. Very thoughtful. Actually.
And it worked.
Father.
Like
Alright.
or usually the solutions, the solutions that work are the simplest ones.
True. So true. Oh, this also reminds me of one of the quotations that whenever a problem arises, the solution also arises with it.
Oh,
Yeah?
great.
Okay.
So then what happens is that so Baba Ayub is happy now, and slowly and gradually then Cass forgets the habit of not forgets, actually he gets over that habit of sleepwalking and everything, but he grew fonder of that bell that was tied around his neck, and he
Okay.
never parted from it. So he loved
Okay.
it, and then now that was part of Cass, the
Okay.
bell. So whenever Baba Ayub would come home, the child would run to Baba Ayub and would wrap his arms around his neck,
Okay.
and then he would be very happy.
Okay.
So then what happens that when Dev comes and he taps at the rooftop of Baba Ayub, and the husband and wife, they are crying frantically, getting back and forth and crying and talking and crying
And they
and
have 5
talking.
children.
And there are 5
so
children.
they have to decide.
They have to decide, and they have to
Okay.
give one away.
Okay.
And like, can parents decide which one to choose and give away? They can't. It's a very, very difficult choice to make. Rather, I think
This is the most difficult choice.
the most
actually.
difficult choice to make. But then what they do is that Baba Yu figures out a way, and what he does is that, and since children are also there, you know, the irony,
The irony was that there were 5 children,
and then they were also,
and they had to give away one of them.
and they were listening that parents are deciding to give one away.
Exactly.
And then what he does is that Baba Yu goes outside and he brings the stones, 5 stones of the same size. He writes the
Okay.
names of the children,
Okay.
and he writes them on that stone.
Okay.
And then he put those stones in a sack and he mixes it up. He looks at that sack as if she has seen a snake, she says. And then days pass by and his clothes are just now in rags. And he's all in rags. His cheekbones were, you know, kind of
Visible.
you could see, and then everything. He goes there and starts climbing up the mountain, and it was a very difficult climb. And when he goes up there, and then he throws stone at the fort of and from inside there is a voice that says that who wants to get killed? And then he says that it's me, I want to kill you. And then they very sarcastically he opens the door and he really wants to see that who is the
Who
one
did?
who mustered this courage up to come and confront me and kill me. And then he said that what have I done? I mean, that you want to punish me like that. He says you have taken one of my children. And then Dev says I have taken children of so many fathers. Nobody has ever dared to turn up and reach this far. And then he says that okay, then I will going to exact revenge on their behalf as well.
Okay.
Dev could kill him right away, but then he says there was something in his eyes that made him stop. And then he said that okay,
Yay!
okay,
So a monkey came in. So
yeah,
Anyway.
monkey interrupted.
I don't know what kind of an end result would be of these videos, but
Yeah, you know, okay, end
we
में कोई
were
monkey
talking
record
about a
कर-
very emotional topic.
Sorry.
So father confronted the
I'm
giant,
sorry.
and the giant was, asking, "How dare you?"
हाँ, उसने
And
कहा कि तुम कैसे ऐसा कैसे
do talk about
भाई
that
ऐसे
statement
कैसे
of do talk about that statement of courage.
courage हाँ
Remember
उसने
when
कहा
we were
हाँ
talking about
exactly
courage,
exactly उसने
what
क्या
exactly
कहा
is courage? Okay.
हाँ you see वो कहते हैं कि like I am not he said that nobody has mustered courage to come this far ever.
Yes.
So he says that it's not a courageous thing to do, because to be courageous you have to have something at stake. I don't have anything at stake. And then Dev says
Think
that
about
you
it. Think about it. I mean, if you don't have anything to risk, then no matter what task or what huge task you undertake, it would not be called as courageous because there's nothing at stake. So people usually say, do or die situation. So this was like a do or die situation.
there is
for that
another
guy.
one that I really want you to see. It's so big. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
after our pakoras.
Yeah, because